Up in the club, chilling. What's up, guys? We got audio. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, though? Do we have audio? I hope we're live, Let me check my profile and see if this says that we are live. We are live. Look at that. I'm going to do a little handy dance till I see it. See how long it takes me till I'm doing my handy dance on Twitter. See how long it takes before I'm doing my little handy dance. See how far. Oh, there it goes. Okay,
Sean,
that's so far.
aka Trendy Orca.
So Twitter is
I'm here,
about
audio
20
is good.
seconds.
Patrick John Welder. Hey, nay.
Audio's good. Thank you,
Glad
Sean.
to be
Patrick,
here this morning.
I'm glad to have you here,
Dominic
Patrick.
Leo.
Dommy Dom.
Nay, what's up?
What's up, Dommy Dom Dom? You see, we got the chat readout going. Everything is good. Hey, I got a new setup. I got a new roof. We got a new attitude.
Heavy Padilla.
Look at us.
Hello, nay.
We're also going to be closing this door here for full sound prevention protection. I spilled my bong again. Second time I spilled a bong in here. I do not know why I keep spilling my bong. Maybe that is because I was working on things and not paying attention to what I was doing, and I'm knocking shit over. I'm not being good. I'm not being good. I don't know.
Hello, nay's garden. Your plants best. Eve's seen huge flower.
Hey, Joel, I want to give you a shout out, Joel Froggy. I was in here. I had the chat up, and I heard that you were interacting with one of my shows that was pre-recorded. And I want you guys to know, when you do that, I hear you talking, and I try to type back. I don't know if you see me typing back to you, but when you do interact with a show that has been pre-recorded, you might think that it's live, and it wasn't. But I could hear your chat coming through, bro. Every time you chat something, you and a few other people, your chat did come through. So when you guys, feel free to interact with a pre-recorded show, man, and know I might be sitting here listening to what you're saying to that show. You know, some people had a lot to say, actually. I think I rebooted the chat. This Tammy Stover, she came in and said, "What the fuck? That's bullshit. Kids are kids. It shouldn't matter if they're gay or straight. Education's cool, education." See, I could see everything you guys were saying. It's right here. And then, there was some things from Joel Frog, right here. See, Joel Froggy, all his stuff was coming through. Did you go nut this girl lead to wanking homosexuals and blitz, and she ain't Russian, went from 1 to 2 or 10 to 20. You should join Hell's Angels or Comachero or become Shaq. Just so you guys see that, I do hear you guys when you're on the... So, look, if it ever happens that I leave this earth and I'm no longer here, I want you guys to, please, if I die, will you please go back to my old shows and interact with them and chat with them and stuff? Just, it'll be like I'm still alive. I would love that. Just treat my old shows like I'm still with you if I'm not here any longer. My legacy, so to speak, it is my legacy. I don't have kids, so those videos are my legacy. So just,
Froggy.
watch them
Always
and enjoy them. And interact with them like you guys were today, because that makes me happy to know. I'll be dead, and you'll know that I know when you're talking, when you're interacting. I'm in the stratosphere with the, I'm in the biosphere. I'm swimming around in my atoms and shit and whatnots. I'd be appreciating it if there was life after death. I'd be looking down, smiling that you were interacting with my videos. I would be. I would love that they still bring people joy and education and entertainment. But anyway, speaking of what I bring you, including the education part on my shows, the way I look at the way rights should be for LGBTQ people, most Republicans don't agree with me. Well, because they're wrong and I'm right. The way I agree with my gun rights, that I should have a right to protect myself with a gun, because the government or the police department can be corrupt, and they are corrupt. Most Democrats won't agree with me on that. A lot of them won't. So understand, my cherry-picked politics creates a whole other party of politics. I've got my own party now. I got my own party of politics. I just came up with this.
Do you think we still have consciousness after death?
No.
Just not in a bodily form.
No, bro. We don't have consciousness. Come on, bro. Your brain dissolves. There's no longer blood running through it, bro. Come on, Patrick. Come on. Let's not even waste time talking about silly things like that.
Joel Froggy. Do you see yourself shooting them bears?
No, I would never shoot a bear. No. I love bears.
Patrick John Welder.
I'm always looking for them.
It would be nice, lol.
It would be nice. Yeah, it'd be nice. Life after death would be great, man. It'd be great. You know, it'd be great. But then again, it ain't a thing, so why fantasize about stuff you can't have, unless you're jerking off to it, I guess.
Garden. Download Twitter or visit twitter.com and search at Nays Garden, at Nays Garden Show, at Truthier News for the full podcast experience.
And we are now broadcasting...
YouTube channel at Truthier News on Twitter.
We are now broadcasting to Truthier News, and I would love to see some likes on the Truthier News upload at Truthier News on Twitter. I would love to see that get some likes and some retweets and some comments on this video that is on Truthier News on Twitter right now. This video is there. You could go there right now. You could give it a like.
Nick Leo. Don't hurt Boo
give it
and
a
Yogi
retweet.
Bear.
Hey, Boo Boo, picnic basket. Boo Boo. Hey, Boo Boo, picnic basket.
Why you beaslin 420 Torres.
Little beaslin.
Yo, son.
Beaslin all day. I got me a big old coffee mug going here, Enoch. Look at this. Hey, if I had short hair, I might look like this if I had short hair. This is what I would look like. Do you guys like it? My hair is I'm actually growing this back now. I thought I was losing this. I'm growing it back. So it's kind of cool.
Froggy. Any new news on DeSantis?
He's making he's getting known more. He's getting widelier known. And people are starting to discover a lot of the bad things that he's done. Yeah, he's done some good things. He has. Absolutely. I'm not going to talk about him because I don't need to because, his balls aren't, in my mouth. So I don't give a shit about that man. I don't have to tell you about any good thing he's ever done. He doesn't deserve it. He hasn't earned it. So I'm not going to tell you one good thing that he's done at all. But I will tell you all the bad shit he's done, and it's a long, disgusting list. And because of all that, all the little bit of good that he's done means absolutely nothing to me. It means nothing.
Why you beaslin 420 Torres. My fucking phone decided to go cuck mode on me PSHH Unreal.
What was it, watching you?
Joel Froggy. Slave.
Was your phone watching you have sex with the other phone? I don't know what you mean by that. I would love it. Once again, I will say it. I would love it if you guys would head on over to Twitter right now and find Truthier News on Twitter and go subscribe to it, of course, follow it. But go find the tweet of this video and go give it a like. Not one of you can do that. Can anybody do it at all? One like, one retweet would be great. If you guys could just do that right now. I'm asking you again. I'm at Truthier News on Twitter. It's really easy to find. I'll pop right up. Start typing in Truthier. We're friends with all the same people.
Why you beaslin 420
You know
Torres.
what, Enoch? I will sit here and wait.
Go RN and retweet it, son.
I will sit here and wait for you, bro. I will wait for the one person who said they're going to go do it. So I'll wait for you. Go do it. Go give me a like and a retweet. Leave a comment on there. Maybe retweet it at some folks.
GB 420.
Send it off to Nick. Send it off to Docky Howard.
I don't know, nay, this LGBTQ thing is starting to make me nervous. I watched somebody that identified as that saying that the word pedophile was hateful and wrong.
Yeah, you saw one person saying that, Killer GB. Don't be an idiot, okay? Wow, one LGBTQ person said something crazy. I don't know about all the LGBTQ people now because one person said something that you've got a problem with. Really? Come on, Killer GB. You're that dumb. And you know what? I'm not asking you. You really are that dumb, I'm telling you. God, you're dumb. Hey, thank you, Enoch. Thank you for the like and the retweet. Thank you, Enoch. Let me know when you're back and I will smoke for you, bro. Somebody take a clip of what I said said to Killer GB. Someone take a clip of that and put it on Twitter. Retweet it at Truth Your Nays Garden Show, Garden Nays, all of them. Make a clip of that for me. I just eviscerated Killer GB in the chat. I want to see that for all posterity. Dude, I just went off and my mom didn't scold me. I know she heard me too. Because there's a couple of holes in this.
Why you Beasland 420 Torres. I'm back, son.
All right,
fuck y'all.
Yeah, fuck y'all, what's up?
Take a dab, foo.
I'm not dabbing right now, but I will do a bong rip. How about that? Is that good enough, though? Here we go. No law regarding cannabis. Bong rips for Enoch, because he just went to my Twitter at Truthier News, and he retweeted and liked this video.
Y-E-E.
All right, cheers, Yee.
Joel Froggy. What the price of Bitcoin today?
Market crashed today after my show.
Why you Beasland 420 Torres. Cheers. Hashtag NLRC. Hashtag cannabisism-tisms for all.
Enoch, that bong rip was for you. Okay. Who's the next person who can both go like and retweet my at Truthier News tweet of this video? Can you guys go do that for me? You could go retweet that at anybody you want. Go like it and retweet it. Leave a comment on it. Truthier News, guys. Make sure you're following Truthier News. Heavy P. Oh, wow. That's the wrong one, but yeah. That was the wrong one. Cushy Monster liked my tweet. My messed up politics might actually be exactly the thing Earth needs today. Cushy Monster, thank you. Following you, dude. Now you got 5 followers. I just increased your following by 1/5. He only had 4 followers. Now he's got 5.
GB 420. After you're dead and gone, you need to have somebody restream all your streams on Twitch and be the next Bob Ross.
I know, right? That would be nice. I'd love to have that. I'd love to have somebody do that. Oh, dude, coffee and tea together is so good. Holy shit. So much caffeine, so little time. I can feel it affecting my bloodstream at this very moment. My brain is racing. I'm hearing the music that just played a minute and 40 seconds ago in my head. Na, 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 na. Okay. I'm going to take these pills, and then we're going to get to smoking some cannabis, folks. I wonder if you guys come here to just smoke cannabis. Is that, just to hang out and smoke some cannabis? You guys want more of a chill experience while you're smoking, or do you like, having somebody express themselves passionately about things that no one else on the internet will do? No one else will scream and rage about things that need to be screamed and raged about. I wish this was a soundproof room. I really do, because I would love to just... go back to the way I used to be in California, losing my voice all the time, but it was worth it because I was saying exactly what I wanted to say. So what?
Why you Beasland 420
You're here
Torres.
for all the above.
I'm here for all of the above, brother.
You couldn't have answered that any better.
Joel Froggy.
I don't
You
smoke
only
that much.
person smoke as much as me.
That's cool, bro. I don't smoke that much. Thank you.
James McGill. Cheers nay. Killer GB 420. I mean you're kind of like that cannabis Bob Ross as it is already I mean you got happy little trees right. Joel Froggy. Never had a dab.
Oh, yeah. Dude, let's talk about the war in Ukraine really fast. People on social media, on Twitter, they've got a little daisy in their account. It means they support the war in Ukraine. I do not. I'm against it. We've discussed it on the show plenty of times. I do offer a solution to that problem. Um, we would fix so many things with what's wrong with the world today if we were not involved in that. Or if we had worked towards ending it, which is even a better thing. But my point is, it's one of my political points. I'm against that war. You're going to find that most Republicans and Democrats support it. They view Russia as an enemy of the United States, which is, you can blame Barack Obama for that. He really helped turn the United States against Russia. And what's crazy is in between Reagan and Obama, we were making progress with Russia. Yeah, we were in proxy wars with them. It was a business thing. But the overall perception of Russians of Americans and of Americans of Russians, it was amicable. And there was no hostility really between the people, right? Or the political leadership so much. Yeah, we were doing little side wars with Afghanistan, and Russia was putting their money in, and America was putting their money in. It was like a poker game. It's like a dogfight. It's like they're going to a dogfight, watching dogs fight, and they're going to a dogfight, and they're watching dogfight, and they're betting on the fucking dogs fighting. That's what proxy wars are, fucking dogfight. That's a goddamn tweet right there.
Nick Leo. Nay, what's Europe going to do when it gets cold?
They're going to freeze and they're going to die. But you know what, Dominic? We've already talked about that too. That's another one of my political points. We should start making a list, and we'll have a political party by the end of the show. If we write down all of my political points. My view on police brutality, my view on cannabis, my view on corporations, insurance, healthcare, all of those things, I should say. And by the end of the list, you've got literally a basis for a political party that you could look at and say, yeah, the Green Party isn't doing that, and the Democrats aren't doing that, and the Independent parties or the People's Party, they're not doing that, or Republicans definitely aren't doing that, and the Libertarians aren't doing that. But this guy, I like that list of political items. I don't want to fucking lead a goddamn party. I'm just saying I know where a political party should be at, and I don't see one. I know exactly where a political party should be. And if Bernie Sanders is supporting the war in Ukraine, which he is, then there's a problem with, his progressive independent movement. And I'm moving away from that. Everybody's supporting this fucking war, man. It's driving me crazy. I could talk about that forever. All the things I know about it and how stupid it is and how we're achieving nothing and we're just shooting ourselves in the foot. And once again, I'm going to say it again, and we're achieving nothing.
McGill.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, we are achieving something. We're throwing all of our money away and we're making the poor more poor. And we're making the ultra wealthy that are invested in war more wealthy. Oh, great. They need more money. The wealthy need more money. You know, collecting rainwater, that could be an entire platform stance.
Chic.
No law regarding the collecting
Hey,
of
nay.
rainwater. You know, no law regarding the growing of vegetables on your property. You know, I got all kinds of things. All kinds of points I'd make. You know, let's talk about solar energy. Yeah, you can no longer... Okay, here it is. Corporations have to pay you exactly what they charge you. If you're giving them power, they have to give you exactly what they're charging their customers for that power. Period. That's it.
McGill.
Makes it easy, doesn't it?
Right.
Oh, they're going to drop their prices for people really fast. Watch how fast I fix the goddamn planet. I'll fix everything in this fucking planet with these stupid ideas that it goes so far. You know? But nobody wants to look at them. I got 1 million. No more discrimination. Can't do that anymore. Based on anything. Period. That's it. That's it. You can't discriminate. Boom. Done.
McGill.
Put it on the list.
Nay, are you gonna run for president?
You know, I'm not going to run for president. I'm never going to run for anything political. I'm just telling you, I know where a party should be at. According to my personal values, I don't see one that covers everything. You know, I think that people should be allowed to possess firearms, guns. You know, until the government was something we could trust. If we lived in Sweden, you know, or Holland, or you know, I'm not even going to say Denmark, because even Denmark, Cyber tells me that you want to get a driver's license, bro. The fucking taxes on doing that shit is crazy. He says it's completely obnoxious and unnecessary. They charge crazy amounts of money for things over there, and I wouldn't want it like that. You know, but you know, the whole monetary system sucks, and people should be able to get food, and people should be able to have a roof over their heads, and this whole idea that you have to work, you know, in order to be a contributing member of society, to me, it sounds like a bunch of bullshit. And it should be the people who choose to work, they should be overcompensated, while people who choose not to work should be compensated to exist.
McGill.
Because they're contributing.
Right.
They're going to take that money and they're going to spend it in some people's stores. They're going to buy vegetables that somebody grew, and they're going to contribute to the economy. So, you know, don't give me that. This whole thing that everyone has to get a job and you're an able-bodied person and blah, blah, blah. I know plenty of people today that are able-bodied people that just choose not to work. They seem to be getting along okay. I mean, they've got social media accounts. They certainly do tweet a lot. You know? So maybe we should take some pointers from them and see how they're doing it and what they would require in order to do it more comfortably, and so that they would live a happy, healthy, fulfilling life where they're also contributing to society.
What did you do
and it
for
doesn't
work?
have to be via work. You know, you don't have to be working to contribute to society. That's just the dumbest concept. What did I do for work? What did I do for work? Bro, you name it, I've done everything. And I do a lot of work that I don't get paid for. For instance, this show. It's a moment throughout the day that you can tune in, and you've got a product. Boom, you've got some entertainment. Not even getting paid for this.
Froggy.
Bricklaying? No, I've never done bricklaying.
Bricklaying.
No, I've dug ditches though.
James
For work.
McGill.
That's
Cool
a fun
cheers.
one. That's a fun one. I've put up sheet metal. I've built warehousing. You know. I've detailed cars. I installed speaker systems for churches. I've worked in special events. I've worked for theme parks. I've worked in conventions.
YU Beesland 420 Torres.
I've transported shit for people.
Physical
I worked
labor
as an
ain't
auto
no joke.
transporter. I drove across the country for an event that we were hosting in Arizona. I've toured with a rock band around the eastern, southeastern United States. I grew cannabis for 10 years. When that's hard work right there, but people don't realize you're getting up in the morning and you don't take care of your shit. You find it's gone, it's fucking dying, whatever. That's a lot of dedication and work right there. And, I wasn't getting paid for that. And then working the property. Doesn't matter if I was in California or out here. I was out working the property. As I could show you what I did yesterday. I got pictures of it. Pulling weeds on my hands and knees, fucking getting cut up and shit. Bleeding out there, sweating, overheating.
McGill. Right.
But I enjoy it. My mother, she doesn't. But I do. And I go out there
Joe
and I do it
Froggy.
because I don't mind doing it.
So cannabis your thing.
I've got a lot of things. Yeah, it's not just cannabis. I got a lot of things.
James McGill. Yeah, they don't get it.
Well, my point is, we could be living in a society that everyone's happy and healthy. Everyone has health care. And like I said, if people want to work and make the society work, grow the food, distribute it, do the medical care, take care of the infrastructure, do the policing and all that, then we overcompensate them for that. We pay them more. Then we get better service that way. And imagine all the other people that don't need to work, that are just doing mundane. What about all the people that do telemarketing? None of them would have to do that anymore. Let's pay them more to not telemarket. How about that? I'm going to tweet that right now. I need thank you face. I like thank you face. Can we pay telemarketers more than they make to make them stop calling us? Truthier News just tweeted that out. So check out Truthier News quotes and tweets and replies too, guys. Because I've got tweets that you guys haven't even seen. One of them's got 10 likes, and none of you liked it. So Truthier News, click on tweets and replies and go like and retweet those tweets too. Please. There's 2 columns there. Heavy P immediately retweeted my tweet. Thank you, Heavy P. That was the ones. Can we pay telemarketers more? Can you imagine if we paid telemarketers to stop fucking calling us? That'd be a beautiful thing, wouldn't it? I wonder how many annoying jobs we could find that, we could just pay people off to not do their stupid fucking jobs.
Froggy. I haven't worked in over 10 years or paid tax.
I think it would be cool, instead of repossessing somebody's vehicle when they can't make the payments, is just garnish their wages. That's all. Cool, you can't pay your thing and you don't want to give us the car back. Cool, we're going to your boss and we're going to take, every month, we're going to take a little bit of money out that you owe us on this vehicle. We'll take care of it there. Problem solved. No more repo man
Shit.
coming to your fucking house,
I was just thinking how many people will get paid to stop being annoying.
Right? We could pay repo people to stop repoing cars. Wouldn't that be great? How many jobs out there are really, unnecessary jobs? I wonder how many unnecessary jobs we could come up with.
Garden.
That are just made up bullshit.
Download Twitter or visit twitter.com and search at Nays Garden, at Nays Garden Show, at Truthier News for the full podcast experience.
Certainly we could pay off all the sign
channel
twirlers.
At Truthier News on Twitter.
Certainly we could pay off all the sign twirlers and get them off the street.
Tax collectors.
You guys think? I wonder if we started a list of all the stupid jobs that we could just pay people to do, not do, pay people to not do. No more sign twirling. Yeah, we don't need you anymore. You're done. Like that idea.
Froggy. I get $500 a week on a pension.
Right on. And you can work also in addition to that, and make more money, right?
Joel Froggy. Yeah, but only
Okay.
so much
Breaking
and so
news.
long until pension stop.
So the released affidavit about the Trump Mar-a-Lago raid, it asserts the Department of Justice had probable cause that a criminal violation of the 18 USC 793E 2071 or 1519 had taken place. So 18 USC 1599, that's what we have to find out what that is. Penalty of fine, imprisonment for up to 3 years or both. Meanwhile, 18 USC 1519 can result in a fine or imprisonment for up to 20 years or both. Whoa! 18 USC 1519. 18 USC 793 can lead to imprisonment for up to 10 years and or fine. Combined, the 3 alleged violations could result in 33 years in prison. Holy shit! That's from Newsweek.com. Wow, I hope they find him guilty. I hope they charge him. All they got to do really is just charge him with the crimes. Oh my God, please, please, please make this a thing. Please. People of the world, let's unite.
Gattrell.
No fuss, no fight.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Hi, Margie. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Mom.
Gattrell.
She's gone.
How are your PS doing today?
They're doing good. I know where my mom took off, too. Rogie, I love you. Rogie, I love you. Pizza. Oh my goodness. All right, here you go. The warrant, which became public on Friday afternoon, cited potential violations of federal laws 18 USC 2071, concealment, removal or mutilation 18 USC 793, gathering, transmitting, or losing defense information 18 USC 1519, destruction, alteration, or falsification of records in federal investigations. Notably, 18 USC 793 is part of the Espionage Act, which legal experts had suggested over the past couple days Trump could allegedly have violated. Well, there you go. It's part of the Espionage Act. He's there. I think they're going to charge him, man. They should. He totally took that shit, bro, and then he refused to give it back. And he went through it and decided what was his and what wasn't. Who knows what he did? Motherfucker should go to prison. Donald Trump should go to prison. Let me know in the chat if you agree. Do you think he's not guilty of this shit? How many pages did they pull out, man? They said like 700 pages. They should charge him for every page,
Froggy. Bro. You ever done fruit picking?
No, I have not done fruit picking.
Yes. James McGill. Crazy.
Look at Joel Froggy trying to think of all kinds of fucking laborious fucking jobs to
James
ask me if I've
McGill.
done them.
He's the fucking president at the time. Margie Gatrell.
He's the president.
Yes, he should.
Yeah, he should go to prison, dude. How many more people can I get to say that Trump should go to prison in the chat? Joel Froggy, how about you? Should Trump go to prison for anywhere? What do they say? 10 years? 20 years for that one. 10 years for the other. 33 years
McGill.
total.
No, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah. He's the fucking president, so you think he should be able to take top secret shit? He's not the president anymore. Well, what about after he's the president? He's holding on to top secret information.
Froggy. No, not at all. He got case on them. James McGill. He wouldn't last in prison.
Oh my God, I would love that. Oh God, Donald Trump in prison. I'd like to write a song about it. Donald Trump in prison makes me smile for days. Donald Trump in prison. Let me just say, excuse me. Donald Trump in prison makes me smile.
McGill. Too funny.
Oh, just the thought of it. He's really earned it.
Heavy
I'd
Padilla.
like to see it happen
He would
today.
get but fucked in prison, turn around and say you're fired.
I only hear political.
Joel Froggy. I only hear political
Heavy P.
battle, not much else in
Heavy
Australia.
P, so nice to see you. Thank you for the retweets and thank you for coming to the show. I only hear political
Margie
battle.
Gatrell. Cheers to you, Nay.
Cheers to you too. Cheers to you too. Ooh, Yeah, I have a Discord server that I'm paying for, and I don't even know what the fucking address is to it. Isn't that funny? And I've got this other Discord server that's like a free server, I guess. I think that's how I'm doing
Is
it.
hells. So they are going to charge Trump, but not Hillary. This whole system is screwed.
Well, you know, Donald Trump had his opportunity to charge Hillary Clinton. It was all on him. He took the responsibility and he dropped the ball. So if you want to blame someone for not charging Hillary Clinton, this guy, Donald Trump, he had 4 years to do it and get it done,
McGill.
and he didn't do it. He didn't do his
Everything
job.
is fucked
He did a
up right
poor
now.
job. Now he's fired because he didn't do his job. He didn't do his job correctly, and now he's fired. Now he's fired. He didn't do his job right. Now he's fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. As long as I make myself laugh doing that, just put me in prison and put a fucking mirror in there so I can do Trump impersonations and make myself laugh. Everything is fucked up right now? Well, there's a lot of things that are fucked up in the world, that's for sure. Yes, I agree.
James McGill. That's a pretty good impersonation of.
Yeah, you're fired. You're fired. No law regarding you fired. Cheers, everybody. You fired. Wow, dude.
G. Hey. Margie Gatrell. So you are staying in Florida. Cannabis hells. DAs charge people, not presidents. James McGill.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, everyone.
Margie, really? You haven't figured
James
out that
McGill.
decided to stay in Florida?
LOL.
I've been here for 4 months.
Froggy.
May, June, July.
How far is Miami from you?
March, April, May, June, July, August. I've been here for 6 months.
Gattrell. I'm sorry, I forgot what you said.
Yeah, I'm moved in here. I live here now. My friend Mark lives in my house in California. How far is Miami from you? Miami? 8-hour drive? Something like that. Miami? Maybe 6-hour drive? Okay, Google. How many hours is Orlando from Miami?
Gattrell. My brother lives in Panama City Beach.
By car, the trip from Miami to Orlando is 3 hours and 45 minutes with light traffic.
It's only 3 hours and 45 minutes. It's closer than I thought. Way closer than I thought. I've been living in California for way too long. Things are way closer than I perceived them to be, obviously. Living in that giant fucking state. 3 hours and 45 minutes to Miami. Shit, man. Rate how DeSantis is doing. Friends of Ron DeSantis. I see this all over the internet. This is from Newsweek.com. Yeah, you tell me he's not running for president yet of the United States. You see it on all. You see him, with all of this promoting all over the place.
Shit, I was born and raised in Panama City Bay County.
Ron DeSantis is a piece of human garbage. You can take that to the bank. I don't know. When you're persecuting people on the reg, at what point are you going to say, you know what, I'm not down with this anymore? And if you don't, then you are a fucking Nazi, man. You are a fucking Nazi. DeSantis supporting Republicans, I'm calling you guys out. And if you're a DeSantis supporting Republican, you're a fucking Nazi. And you don't get it.
McGill. It was really cool back in the 70s when I grew up.
He says it. He says what he is. He does. His legislation represents him and the people that follow him.
Call these motherfuckers out, bro.
I am, man, as best as I can. No one wants to argue the point with me in the chat, and I don't blame them, because they would be shot down instantly. I would start bringing up newspaper article after newspaper article after internet article after internet article, just to show you what he does. The legislation that he's passed, how he treats people. There was some kid wearing a mask on stage for a DeSantis event, and he came up on stage and he says, "Hey kids, you don't need to be wearing these masks. What are you doing? You could take those masks off, blah, 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 blah." And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that's a great leadership example.
James McGill.
That he sends to kids.
No, they're fucking scared.
Not only that, he put the kid in danger, and the kid goes home and he's got a immunocompromised grandparent or mother at home. He's so insensitive. He's so stupid. He's such a science denier. And if you can't see him for that, you are one of the most toxic people. You're either in denial or you're just proud of your racism. You're just proud of the fact that you hate black people. You're proud of the fact that you hate women. That you take their rights away from them. You're proud of the fact that you take LGBTQ people's rights away from them. You're proud of that. And you sit there and pretend like he's not doing it. Or that it's a good thing. And you sit there and try to argue the point. Oh, but, these are third graders. We're not just talking about third graders anymore. Now we're talking about adults.
Moo.
On multiple levels. Cyber, what's going on, buddy? How's it going? On multiple levels. You know, now LGBTQ, a trans person isn't allowed to use their insurance to get surgery that they might require in order to do what they need to do. Whereas before it wasn't a problem. He's literally passed legislation. Let's bring this up. Let's bring this guy's face up here.
James McGill. Cheers, Cyber. Dominic Leo.
So you guys can see who I'm talking about.
Nay,
while
this
we're
is the
talking
first
about him.
president or former president to ever be charged with type of crimes. Yeah, that's jail time.
He's not charged. They haven't charged him with anything. Those were the crimes that they assumed he was violating, but they didn't
Let's be the
charge him
guitar
with
jam.
anything.
Cheers, James.
That evidence that they collected, that has to go before a judge, and that judge has to determine if they're going to charge him with crimes. So, or it would go to an impeachment type thing or whatever, a higher court. Who knows? So he didn't just go after, your third graders and tell them that they're not allowed to speak about gender with their teachers or any role model figures that they might have at that school that might be able to help them with questions that they have. So he didn't just do that. And a lot of you out there were like, oh, well, they're third graders. They shouldn't be talking about that. What the fuck do you know? This would be my first question to you. My second question would be, okay, so let's say that is okay. And then I told you he's just going to keep going. It's not going to stop with that. Now I'm proven correct. He's gone after the rights of LGBTQ trans people specifically who want to get gender-altering surgery that used to be covered by their insurance, which he passed legislation to take that away from them. And he didn't stop with that. He's gone after them in other ways as well, via legislation. Like I said, it's multiple levels. And he is anti-LGBTQ. He's anti-black. He has gone and gerrymandered black people from being able to vote in their districts in southern Florida, preventing them from having a fair voice in elections. And he's gone after people for voting. 20 people. He locked them up in jail. 20 people who voted who were felons, and there was a question as to whether or not they were allowed to vote or not, and they voted and they got in trouble. And he decided to lock them up. And you want to talk about voting fraud and things like that?
Cheers to you, Nay. Joel Froggy.
And he claims he's
that should all be illegal and no law regarding
cannabis. He claims
cannabis.
He's cleaning it all up, the whole system. More than 11 million people voted in that election. And he puts 20 people in prison. And that's where he's dedicating the state's resources towards. Going after people, all they did was they wrote something down on a piece of paper. That's what they should go to prison for?
James McGill. Cheers, everyone.
There is another LGBTQ issue that he has trampled rights for, and off the top of my head, I can't remember what it is. It's in the state of Florida. He has written legislation against LGBTQ people, and I can't
Padilla.
I can't remember what the legislation was.
Trendies.
It wasn't just the insurance, it was something else too. And so it's the anti-woke, which goes after children in schools and in at businesses, places of business, all kinds of things. It's the and because Disney supported LGBTQ rights, he took Disney's sovereignty away from them and made it much more difficult for them to do business. Basically, he's making them pay more in taxes and taking away their. They had their own community. Basically, it was like a county unto itself. Disney was. They had their own fire and police and
Froggy.
garbage collection, all that shit.
Where
and
TH Guitar
had
today.
residence there, and he took all that away from them because they were pro-LGBTQ on his anti-woke legislation that he was passing. And once Disney found out about it, they were like, no, we're speaking out against that. And then he went after Disney over that shit. You guys might not know about that. But it's a long history of things that this guy has done. And if anybody could tell me what that other anti-LGBTQ thing that he has done most recently. So like I said, it was taking the rights away from children in schools that wanted to discuss gender. Okay, that was the first thing. The second thing was what he did with taking their ability to use insurance for
Disney used to be exempt from a lot
surgery.
of things. James McGill. Don't ride Space Mount whatever you do. I had a seizure after riding that shit.
We're talking about LGBTQ
James McGill.
rights here.
It's a fun ride though.
Wow, really, James McGill? You've got the mind of a child, bro. We're talking about LGBTQ rights here, bro. We're talking about Ron DeSantis. We're not talking about how fun a ride is at Disney World like a little kid would. You sound like a little kid right now. So back to the serious adult discussion. I think I'll try to Google the legislation that Ron... I'm sorry, I cannot remember it. There's just so much shit that this man has done. I can't keep up with it all. You know? But anti-LGBTQ legislation DeSantis. Okay, let's see what comes up.
Joel Froggy.
Oh,
Do
anti-trans
people
sports
annoy
ban
you for
last
spreading
year.
the word?
Anti-trans sports ban. There you go.
Daniel Andresi. Disney shot themselves in their own foot for siding with LGBTQ in classrooms.
Well, you got a problem with LGBTQ in classrooms?
James McGill. Okay, I know. I think I got brain damage after riding that fucking ride LOL around. I just had another seizure at the hospital.
Okay. You're excused. Daniel Anderson, are you against LGBTQ in classrooms? And by that, what exactly do you mean? What's your
McGill.
What's your definition
Cheers.
of LGBTQ in classrooms exactly? I just want to make sure I understand where you're coming from first. So just kind of explain.
Nays Garden. Download Twitter or visit twitter.com and search at Nays Garden, at Nays Garden Show, at Truthier News for the full podcast experience. YouTube channel at Truthier News on Twitter. Daniel Andresi. No, I just don't believe it is classroom discussion for any kid, especially mine that are still in kindergarten, first, second, or third, or fourth, or fifth grade.
Hey, bro. Why?
Josh G.
Why?
LOL. James played the brain damage card just right for that situation.
Why? What if there's a kid in the classroom who's gay? In first, second, or third, or fourth, or fifth grade? What if there's a little first grader that's gay? What if there's a little
James
lesbian?
McGill. Cheers, Nick Brown, if you're on here.
What if they're more than aware of what they are at that age? And they're sitting in the classroom.
Daniel Andresi.
You're allowed to do so. You're okay
Because
with
he
them
hears it
teaching
enough
sex
already when he's not
education,
in school, so
but you
why
want to
push the
exclude
topic even
LGBTQ
further?
sex?
Don't you
What?
think that can confuse a kid at that age?
Well, don't you think that the school would be the best place to educate them then? On the topic? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, Daniel. Daniel, what do you think? Wouldn't that be better than restricting someone's speech?
They can be friends with a gay kid all they want, still doesn't mean teachers need to teach about it in the curriculum.
Why not? Why not? What's wrong? You got a problem with kids learning about
I just
reality?
Talk to my kids about the stuff.
Are you trying to hide reality from children? There's gay people out there, Daniel. I got news for you. There's trans people out there, bro. There's people born with both sets of sex organs, bro. Does it bother you? Get the fuck over
James
it.
McGill.
That's my advice to you, Daniel.
I love them no matter
You're like
what,
a fucking Republican. You know that? So people say that, I'm anti-liberal, I'm anti-Biden, and I'm anti-blah, blah, blah, or whatever. Hey, man, it goes both ways here. I'm anti-ignorance and stupidity. I'm anti-hate and discrimination.
Cheers to you, Nay.
What Daniel's suggesting is discriminatory. He thinks it's okay for them to talk about, whatever they talk about in those grades, but not LGBTQ related.
So you're taking that job away from Theo PS.
Was it ever their job to discuss what goes on in a school, bro?
James McGill.
Teachers are going to discuss whatever they feel is
necessary.
Some of my
best friends
Students
are
have
gay
a question
and
about something, they're going to bring it up. You want to be a Nazi and tell them what they can and can't talk about? Because you have an insecurity about your own sex, bro? About your own gender? You got gender questions, bro? Maybe you should be the one going and talking to a counselor. Maybe it's because you didn't get an education in school about LGBTQ is why you don't fucking understand it. You ever think about that, Daniel? Oh, no, I know you haven't, so don't even bother fucking answering that question.
Daniel Andrassy. And I'm friends with all gay, trans, and all types.
God, you're such a fucking idiot. Some of my best friends are black. You're a
James
fucking
McGill.
idiot, Daniel.
Right.
You have no idea how dumb you sound right now. No idea. There's going to be people that watch this show in the future. They're going to look at you and they're going to laugh and laugh at you.
Can App not have that conversation with their kid anymore?
Can a parent not have that conversation with their kid? Bro, I'm not fucking telling you what to say to your kids. I'm not telling you how to fucking rear your kids. If you don't like the things that are being said in school, do some homeschooling or go pay for a private school. That's what they're there for. For ignorance, right? But this is a public school, man, and to go into a public school and try to restrict the conversation that's being spoken about. The fact that LGBTQ has come out of the closet that it's been stashed in for all these years and people can now talk about it doesn't mean it'd be a good time to start going into schools and trying to stifle excellent conversation that will be educating people instead of creating morons like you. I feel sorry for your children, bro. I pity your kids. You're an ignorant fuck. There's no telling what else you're fucking ignorant on, If you're this stupid about this. You're this fucking offended by someone's gender. Whatever it may be or whatever they fucking call themselves.
Pit 618.
Mosh Pit, what's up?
Trendy Natune.
Thank you.
Daniel Andrassy. Well, I happen to know for a fact that they said if you aren't gay or trans you have no right to have your input in anything in their community.
Bro, that's not every single person that's gay. You've heard a person say that. Why do you hear one person say something and you attribute it to the entire group of all LGBTQ people? Oh, you're not allowed to have an opinion about LGBTQ if you're not LGBTQ. Yeah, every single one of them is signed on to that. You're stupid, Daniel. It doesn't make sense what you're saying. In fact, it makes perfect sense because what you're saying right now is just textbook ignorance. You see it across on every level, on every topic.
That's what I was told by a trans woman.
Your level of ignorance right now. Yeah, a trans woman. Okay, a trans woman. One human being had that opinion, and you said, oh, that's what they all think, because one person told me that. It doesn't even make sense, Daniel. I don't care if you heard 20 people say that. I don't care if you heard a whole auditorium of LGBTQ applauding someone that said that. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't represent all of them. How stupid are you? God, this is why we need teachers, people. Do you understand?
Look,
He's a perfect example of why we need teachers who are willing to talk about things that your young children might have questions about, so they don't go into life like ignoramuses.
Daniel,
that
I
don't
am in a
understand
group with
shit.
multiple LGBTQ members, and they live my input. They want to hear us, they don't want the ignorance.
But I guarantee you, go find some LGBTQ folks to watch this show. Okay? Let them watch the whole thing, and let them know that I'm just a straight white male. And find out if they want to allow my input. And I'm so anti letting a trans woman who was once a man compete against other women. Oh yeah, in a sporting, in an official sporting event, whatever. I'm totally against that shit.
These must be creatures.
Oh yeah,
to think
I'm fucking totally against it. So you can have them come at me on that one point, because the one point we're probably going to disagree with, and I'm probably going to agree with every other point that they want to talk about. And let us say, you know what? Okay, so maybe we disagree on the sports thing, but on every other fucking thing, I agree with that guy on. Do you think they're not going to want my input, to have extra support for their movement from people who aren't?
Stupid enough to be able to work my ass off and then afford to live in a very nice house and drive a very nice car and put my kids in very nice public schools.
Let me tell you something about what you just said, Daniel. You are a typical moron. You really are. Millions of people think that is, for some reason, a commentary on what they've achieved in life. You've got kids. Oh, I've got kids, and it's a very nice house, and I drive a very nice car, and blah, 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 blah. Dude, you've got no mind in your... In fact,
Pit 618.
Daniel, you come to my show all the time.
With this one.
You obviously haven't been listening to anything that I've ever said on here.
I know my fucking friends that are fucking gay
you and I can disagree on a certain level,
fuck with me because
and that's
they know
fine.
me and I don't play that shit. They're my fucking family. They've always been good friends to me. I've always been a family.
But your level of ignorance is so thick and stupid that I don't want you around me anymore. So do me a favor. Just leave and don't come back. Can we do this? Can you just leave and not come back? I'm asking you. As a podcaster, I don't want you in my show anymore. I think you're an idiot. And I don't want your negativity, and I don't want your hate and your ignorance anywhere near me, because it smells. It reeks. And I just don't want to be around that disgusting odor that you're putting off. It's the only way I can describe it. So can you just leave? I'd appreciate that. And don't come back. What do you think?
Andrassy. Is there a problem with hard work these days paying off?
Bro, what I'm saying is that nobody gives a fuck about what you're doing financially.
Nobody
gives a fuck. You're just an ignorant prick. And you think you know what's best around something that you know absolutely nothing about. And when there is an opportunity for your children to be educated on this subject that you are fucking ignoramus over, you just can't even have it. You can't even you can't process it in your brain. So I would just love it if you would just leave and not come back. Can we do that?
James McGill.
Because there's nothing to argue about
Somebody
anymore.
Give me some
You've
big
demonstrated to hear everybody that you're a fucking hater. Just like this moron is right here. You agree with this moron right here.
James McGill.
It's not even a good thing that he's done. It's not even one of the good things that he did. It's one of the horrible things that he fucking did that allowed him to keep doing all the things that he keeps doing against that community. That was just getting his foot in the door, because some cuck like you was going to agree with him. And so were millions of other cuck morons in this fucking state, unfortunately. They passed that legislation. They're passing everything this motherfucker does. And if he becomes president of the United States, he's going to make it national.
Andrassy. Okay, my apologies.
Yeah, leave.
And I'll
just
leave if you feel like that.
Thank you. Just leave, man.
Joel Froggy.
You're a horrible person, man.
I got Centerlink try and cut me
You're
off
a very
payment
ignorant,
because I want work.
person, and I just don't want you here. I didn't want to have to block you. I'd rather you just leave. The level of ignorance that you just displayed
McGill.
to me exhibits
Cheers.
such a lack of ability for you to just think about basic shit. That I mean, I would like to just Daniel, before you leave, if you're still here, Daniel, let me ask you a legitimate question. What do you think's going to happen to your first grader, your second grader, your third grader, your fourth grader, your fifth grader? Okay, what do you think's going to happen to those children, those precious cherubs of yours, if they falls upon their ears that there are children that are different than them, gender-wise? What exactly is it that you're worried is going to happen to your children? Exactly.
Andressy.
Well, I'm sorry you made me upset too, bro.
Sorry for making you upset.
That's because I give a fuck about people, bro. I actually care, and you don't give a fuck about people that are different than you. You can't even fucking get it through your mind. So just answer my question. I'm just kind of curious. It'll help me understand. What do you think what is your fear for your children to be exposed to this language? Go ahead. What's going to happen to your kids? Exactly. If they hear about gender, if they hear that they're kids with different gender.
I told my kids I don't care what you do, just don't do in front of me because I'm going to be a grumpy old man.
Let's say there's a first grader sitting next to your child and they've got both sets of sex organs. And they still have them. And they haven't decided yet if they're going to be a man or a woman. They don't know. They're kind of like, just kind of weighing things out. First grade, second grade. Well, they turn and they look at your child and they say, hey, man, do you think I'm a boy or a girl?
Froggy.
And your child
Corrections
says,
won't lock me up for 2 months because I smoke cannabis.
Why? Well,
James
because
McGill.
I have both sets of sex organs.
Right.
So I was just wondering what you thought. Would you want your child to be like, oh my God, you've got both sets of sex organs, ah! Or would you want your child to be like, oh, I've heard of that before. I didn't realize that you had both sets of sex organs. What's that like? So, once again, what are you worried about is going to happen to your precious children if they're exposed to that conversation?
James McGill. What are you talking about, hermaphrodite?
Yeah, you've never heard of a human being born with both sets of sex organs? James McGill? This is like, sometimes it's like talking to fucking people from another planet with you guys. And this is why if you were third graders or second graders, I would say, this is like talking to fucking third graders or fifth graders or 5-year-olds.
Look, I don't care what they do as long as they are happy. I may not agree with it, but it doesn't mean I won't support my kids.
Yeah, why agree? What do you mean?
James
Why do you have
McGill.
to throw that in there, though, Eddie? Agree
Yeah.
with. Why wouldn't you agree with it if that's the way they were born? What if you had a child that had both
James
sets of
McGill.
sex organs?
That's why I was
Would you
bringing it
not
up
love
to start
them?
a conversation.
I'm talking about a human being that's born with both sets of sex organs. Let's say one is in first grade and they're sitting next to your child. That's what I'm talking about. It's I'm sure it's happened before, to people. So,
McGill. Trying to make the show.
you could be like a private school and not let those children into your school. Is that the way you guys want it? Is that what you want humanity to be
My
like?
friend's son just got a sex change. He has had the operation. He is now a girl. James McGill. That's just fucking life. Edward Haynes. I mean as in actions, like if they went out and TPD someone's house. I will love my kids regardless. Sorry for the miscommunication, brother. Daniel Andressy.
No, it's okay.
He has come to me and asked those type of things, and I've explained to him what a gay man is, or
How dare
a
you
trans
speak
and
about
ECT.
gender with such young age
ECT.
children? How dare
James
you,
McGill.
Daniel?
No, that's not right at all.
You didn't answer my question,
Griffin.
Daniel. I'm going to ask
Hey,
you
Nate,
again.
cheers.
Okay. Daniel,
Daniel
what is your
Andressy.
fear?
And I feel bad for the kids who can't approach their PS and ask those type of things that my kid asks me. Griffin. Hope you are doing good.
I hope you're doing good too, Griffin.
Joel
Thanks.
Froggy. Why would you give your kid a sex change?
Maybe they want a sex change, Joel. Maybe your kid is ready for one. Okay? And as far as Daniel goes, answer my question, Daniel. What is your fear for your children if they were exposed to gender conversation at first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade? Your choice of words. What's your fear for your children of them being exposed to gender conversations at a young age? What's your fear?
I would have to say, how old are they
What are you
before I did the
concerned
permission on
about
that?
for your children? How old are they?
Daniel
You guys
Andressy.
are horrible people.
There is no fear because it's already happened. I just explained that to you.
Okay. No, you didn't explain it to me, but now you just did. You said there's no fear. So you have no fear that your children would suffer anything, any adverse consequences for being exposed to gender conversation in school. Well, why are you against it? And what's your reason for being against it then? Go ahead, answer me. It doesn't even make sense, Daniel. You don't make sense now. Do you understand that?
No,
There
that
must
will
have been
give
a
them some
reason
time
that
to
you
think about
oppose
I'm
it.
just saying now, at least
What's the
20 if
reason
they're
you
like 20
oppose
years
it?
old and they want to get a transistor, whatever, cool.
I want a legitimate reason why you oppose it, because I don't oppose it. I want someone to try to make some fucking sense. You know what they're saying in the paper? Jesus it's what the Bible says. God says it's an abomination. Is that you? Are you a Christian, bro? You're Catholic or something, and someone that's gay, LGBTQ, that's an abomination to you? Is that the? I'm kind of wondering now. I'm kind of curious now. Because we just made so much progress in you saying there's no fear. No fear for your children.
McGill.
So why
No, they
limit
can wear
the
a strap-on or
conversation
some
where that
shit
might
before they have to do
enlighten,
transgender shit.
educate, or at least make a child feel more comfortable in a situation? Why limit that conversation? That would achieve all those things over something that you're not comfortable with, and you have no reason for being uncomfortable with it. It's just that you're uncomfortable with it.
If my kids want that new
So let's
life
talk about
and
that.
feel that is who they are,
Let's
I
talk about
support
why
them.
you're uncomfortable with LGBTQ,
All
bro.
PS should think that way. If your kids feel a certain way, just support them. Daniel Andressy. I said it doesn't need to be taught by teachers, especially if their teacher is their math teacher and their English teacher and their science
It's not
teacher.
what they're talking about. It's teach, bro. Teach. That's not what this is about. They've completely made it illegal for a child to ask a question, or for a teacher to answer a question regarding, or for two students to have a conversation regarding gender. You understand this, Daniel? It's about controlling speech, bro. It's not about what they're teaching, man. You're making this up to be, this is a problem, man. You think what, they're going to teach someone how to have sex with someone that's their gender? Do you think that's what this is? Is this what you're imagining? It all makes sense now, man. And I'm going to just revert back to what I said about 20 minutes ago about you, Daniel, when I was asking you to leave the show. And you don't have to leave now. And I just know, man, you're just dumb, man. Which is what I said before, man. I get it. I get it now. You just don't get it.
Okay, I didn't hear about how you couldn't talk about it being a student to another student. That is news to me. My apologies.
I know.
Daniel Andressy.
You'll have an opinion on something that you don't even know about, anything about. I'm trying to educate you on it.
It's against their First Amendment rights, Daniel.
I'm just trying to teach you.
It's unconstitutional.
I said that was just a stepping stone, bro. Don't even worry about it. That was a stepping stone so that they could really start taking these people's rights away from them, because like Nazis, how many times I have to say that word, like Nazis that killed people for being different than them, that threw them in gas chambers and shot them and burned them alive and buried their bodies in mass graves with bulldozers. For Nazis that tortured people. That's what these people are like. They're like the fucking Nazis, because this is what the fucking Nazis did. They drove LGBTQ people underground in Nazi Germany in the late 30s. Go research it, man. And this is how it all starts, man, with a fucking cunt like this motherfucker right here. This fucking cunt. He is a demon. He is human slime. He's fucking mucus on the street. That's what he is. He's mucus.
He's a dude.
He's the most disgusting
There's
shit.
May.
You know?
Josh
you can
G.
imagine. This motherfucker.
James need the talking, to be honest. Good grief. How you gonna force them until 20? They're damn adults at 18 and can sign up for war.
It's not about their adults. It's not about that. It's up to the individual child. You guys need to get over your fucking parental rights bullshit. You know, your child wants to have something looked at gender-wise. You need to just back the fuck up and let them do what they need to fucking do. And be supportive of your children. You know, try to give them the best fucking advice you can. Not be restrictive. Okay? You guys are really
Daniel
fucked up
Anderson.
in my chat.
Ron DeSantis is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Horrible people in my chat, man. Horrible people.
Frankie the dude.
Frankie
100.
the dude! What's up, Frankie? Man, we have got people that watch this show that are LGBTQ. They're frequent, very passionate viewers and loyal to this cause. I just wish they would chime in right now and defend themselves a little bit, you know?
Haynes.
But I don't mind being that person.
Hashtag
in their
support the
absence. Here I am.
Josh G. I agree with you, May. I was addressing James.
Yeah, no, I know, but you said 18. You said 18, and that's what pissed me the fuck off. Because it's like you're just going along with the fucking narrative that you've been taught. When there is a fucking first grader with both sets of genitalia that is just now making up their mind about whether they want to be a boy or a girl. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, you want to control that for whatever fucking reason because it makes, you know, you uncomfortable. You make me uncomfortable. Okay? Your ignorance makes me uncomfortable.
Garden. Download Twitter or visit twitter.com and search at Nay's Garden, at Nay's Garden Show, at Truthier News for the full podcast experience.
And I really wish
YouTube channel at
that
Truthier News on
people
Twitter.
on Twitter hadn't
Josh
made
G.
gender a whole issue.
Nah, I was just
sharing
saying,
your
well, damn, they're 18
pronouns was the dumbest
they
thing
need to
that they
be
could have
18,
ever done
huh?
for themselves.
Was just using it as a placeholder for his arbitrary 20 number.
You know, you want to, hey, oh yeah, whoa, oh, you found something else that I disagree on with the LGBTQ community. Yeah, I disagree on sharing your pronouns around. Let someone figure out what, you know, what they want to be called, and if someone addresses them improperly, they can correct them, they can be polite about it, and we can move on with the conversation. But you guys decided to make this your goalposts, you know, and nobody was going to get past there no matter what. And boy, oh boy, did the Republicans get right through that fucker. And now they've taken that whole issue and they've picked it up like a mantle and they're running with it and running away from you. And from everything that you thought expressing your pronouns was going to get you, it's done the exact opposite. Bad idea. Stupid fucking idea. Stupid. It wasn't even a thing. And then someone decided to make, oh, he, her, he, him, she, her, hers, they, them.
Go, Nay, go.
Look what you did. Look what you did. You thought it was a good idea. No, it was fucking stupid. You guys need to fucking drop that shit. Stop expressing what your fucking pronouns are. You know, and these fucking cunts will stop being able to take it away from you. Take your rights away from you. That's the other thing that was happening in Wisconsin, was it? Where they I think we spoke about it on this show or the earlier show today, where in Wisconsin they have taken away teachers' rights to put their pronoun. Now look, I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I know you guys want to express who you are and whatever you're, that's fine, but you made it into like law. You made it into like at least on Twitter, you made it into like doctrine. And everyone was in, and people who aren't even in the LGBTQ community, to express their their support for LGBTQ, they decided that they were going to say, like me, like a heterosexual guy was going to say, he, him. Dude, if you don't know to call me fucking he, him, I don't even want to have a conversation with you. Fuck off. If you can't figure out what to call me gender-wise, fuck off. And, if you call me she, her, or whatever, I might question your ability to look at a fucking photo, my avatar, to see that I, probably had a beard. Or that I'm, hey, okay, so I'm clean shaven now, and my hair is down. Okay. I am the ugliest woman that I've ever laid eyes upon. Fine. Okay. You call me, and I'd say, hey, I'm a dude.
Gee.
Appreciate it, bro.
Oh yeah, I am with that.
But I'm a dude. And you know what? I'm not going to get that offended over it. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. But I'm definitely not going to address myself as he, him, everywhere I go or on my email or whatever. I'm not going to do it. But I am saying this. If a teacher wants to do that, fine.
Once again, keep them divided.
This is where it got you.
If we would
but if
all
you
came
want
together,
it, I'm not
they
saying
would
not to
have a
do it. If
chance
you
to
want to
control
do it,
you and me.
fine. But
James
these cunts
McGill.
telling you that you can't do it now,
LOL,
you brought it on
too
yourselves,
funny.
number one. And number
Joe
two,
Froggy.
because you were shoving it in everybody's faces,
I got
and
a
people
back
like him got
injury,
sick of
never
it.
made claim
I got
on.
sick of it. I don't even hate you guys, but he does. And he's the one that passes the fucking legislation. And he's the one, and the people in Wisconsin are the ones that control your freedom of speech. And guess what that got you? It starts with Wisconsin email, just like it started with children in Florida. And it's like a goddamn virus, and it's like a petri dish, and you see a little thing growing here, a little thing growing there, next thing you know, the whole dish is just all one giant bacterial growth. And these fuckers are at the root of all of it. And we're decaying. This country is decaying, and it's because of shit like this. You guys need to be aware of it, man. I hope you guys are aware of what's going on. I hope you're aware that this guy is a fucking Nazi. And he's a little more polished, he's a little cleaner, he's a little more polite, he's got a little bit of a little swagger, he's got a little bit of his charisma. It's just enough to fool people into thinking that he'd make a good leader. And let me tell you, that's what makes him the most fucking dangerous one out there right now. Because people don't realize he's twice as loony bins as fucking Donald Trump is in his hate for people that are different than him. Yeah, Donald Trump is this massive narcissist. He's not a narcissist.
McGill.
He's a fucking racist. Wow. He's a sexist. He's a misogynist. He's a bigot. He's all the things that Donald Trump was accused of. Then yeah, you could say maybe this guy's full tilt. All of those things. And if you don't know it, you better come ask somebody. And it's me. I'm here to tell you about him. Okay, let's do a bong rip. People need to know who this guy is. And if I got as many people here watching this show as I do right now, I look at it as an opportunity. It's 7:10, opportunity to keep you guys around and to try to get the word out to more people of to who Ron DeSantis is. I don't mind talking about this.
Cheers.
Until he goes up against for the Republican primary against Donald Trump. I'll be talking about this every fucking day if I feel like I have to.
Cheers to you, Nay.
He cannot become president
Frankie
of the United
the
States.
dude.
I mean, he cannot.
Cheers.
I don't remember if I said this about Donald Trump, but this man cannot become president of the United States. It would be devastating for all of us. Devastating. I'll smoke to that. He never becomes president.
Froggy.
Let's hope it doesn't happen.
I found you on Cannabis page on Facebook.
I weep for the world.
Les Peter Guitar Jam.
No, dude.
Cheers.
Whatever.
Alone I smoke.
No, you don't. What the fuck is going on? You never smoke alone here, bro. I got you. I smoke alone. Yeah, with Saba and nobody else. All right, I'll smoke with you, bro.
Oh, that rocks, bro.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
I'm dead. I am fucking dead. I've been killed the whole fucking day, man.
Okay, well, let's get you out of that for a little bit. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers, bro.
Josh G. Trumpers are really gonna be pressed deciding between DeSantis and Trump. They're gonna be so torn. hippie chic. Cheers. James McGill. Cheers, hippie chick.
Yeah, with nobody else. Oh. Uh-oh. Rogie, you okay, buddy?
Hey, bro, can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
And don't get mad. Don't
Margie
get fucking
Gatrell.
mad. But
I
do
just
you
wanted to
think
let you
that
know I enjoy watching your show.
transgender, that term is something that is real.
What is
that
it?
a lot of
What is the term?
transgenderism, that it is that popular right now to be trans, that a lot of kids are fucking forced into being trans because it's fucking popular, you know. They just fucking go with the flow.
Oh, you're saying trans-trender?
Yeah.
Okay, well, no, I totally know about that. And I understand little kids today, they're hearing a lot of confusing things from other people. And that sucks for them. At the same time, I can't allow that to infringe, I should say, on my ability to have free speech. Or
No. That I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah, and
But just
I'm not denying
wanted
that
you to know
exists.
if you believe that was real.
It's just,
Because I do fucking believe it's real.
I totally agree. There's a lot of fucked up shit.
Joe
know?
Froggy.
Yeah, okay.
But it's...
Has mental health ever bothered you? Margie Gatrell.
But it
Shit,
should
yeah,
not
mental
impede-
health
Cheers to you,
bothers
Nate.
We
Bro,
totally agree on that.
go look at me over the last fucking 4 days, Joel, and listen to what I was saying about how I was feeling every day. Go listen to me. I even said I think my testosterone levels have dropped or something. You know, I couldn't do push-ups for 3 days because I hurt my tricep, and I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I woke up one day and I didn't want to get out of bed, and I wasn't depressed. It wasn't depressed. I've been depressed before, but this was different. This was just like no desire to do anything. I didn't have any motivation. I got up, I took a shower, I ate breakfast, and I didn't want to see people. I didn't want to get on my computer, and I took my dog out for a walk. I came back in. This was 3 days in a row, man. So I understand mental health, bro. I'm not on medication. All I'm on is cannabis. That's the only thing that helps me. And every time I felt like that, and I would do a show and I would smoke, I'd immediately start feeling better. But I was still unmotivated. There was something going on. So, bro, I understand, man. I'm usually a very motivated person. And then yesterday, you know, I ended up going outside and cleaning out this weed bed that my mother was driving her crazy. And I went out there and I cleaned this whole bed. I made it beautiful, man. This beautiful, huge area by the front door. It's a big
Josh G.
rock garden.
How's the cholesterol? Low cholesterol results in low T production, but I ain't no doctor. I would think if it was that you would need to be drastically low in cholesterol.
I eat eggs.
James
I
McGill.
got lots of eggs.
Right, nobody gets this shit.
I think I got good cholesterol, bro, because I eat a lot of eggs. I eat eggs like every third day. 3 eggs.
It just sucks to get old, man. That's the problem.
What a drag it is getting old. Bow, 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 bow. Things are different today. I hear every mother say, Mommy needs a little... So what's she need?
Josh G.
Mother's little helper.
Yeah, you probably good as a gangsta.
Get an overdose. She goes running for the shelter.
James
of her
McGill.
Mother's little helper.
LOL right.
She gets on her busy day. Mother saying, Doctor, please, some more of these outside the
Joe
door.
Froggy.
She took 4
Music
more.
will make you better.
What a drag it is getting old, right, Cyber?
Yep.
All right, no law regarding cannabis, quarter of the hour.
Daniel Andrassy.
We were covering
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
we were covering a big spike in Bitcoin this morning, and right after it spiked and the show ended, it dropped. Massive drop in Bitcoin today. So I don't know where it is now, but yeah, everything, it was horrible. It was a nightmare. Cheers.
James McGill.
Yes.
Cheers.
Oh yeah. These smoke rings
Margie
are
Gatrell.
brought to you by
You got that right, it sucks getting old.
Cyber Reload.
Hippie chic. Cheers. Daniel Andrassy. Bitcoin 20,600.
Oh, wow. It's gone down $1,000. That's terrible. It had gone all the way up to 28. So, that's terrible, man. Terrible! Terrible! Boy, that's terrible. So, everybody needs to speak out about Ron DeSantis. Any chance you get, try to say the most awful, horrible things about him, because he is a horrible person, and people need to understand that. Now, I put a tweet out today to a guy that said, I showed you guys the video of him. He was talking about Ron DeSantis and how people need to know who he is and what he's about. This guy right here. So listen to this guy.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you as always for your kindness and for your insights. If you're a member of media, if you're a journalist, it's time you call out Governor Ron DeSantis for his blatant lies. Remember how for years we watched Donald Trump lie, and almost no member of media ever called a lie a lie? Well, now I see many of them expressing regret that they never did so. So when Ron DeSantis is allowed to lie about indoctrination, about teachers using critical race theory, it's time that you and the media actually call it out for what it is. Because when Governor DeSantis makes the claim that teachers like me are trying to indoctrinate our students, he not only is lying, he doesn't even have to provide evidence. And if you're a member of media, if you're a journalist, you have to ask him to provide it. And if he makes the claim that teachers like me are using the false issue of critical race theory, you have to ask him to provide evidence. Better yet, why don't you ask him to define what critical race theory really is? Because you know it's not being taught in any public school in the country. And yet Governor DeSantis is allowed to double down and triple down on his claims that anything remotely related to race or racism or our nation's undeniable history of racial injustice is critical race theory. And no one ever asked him to provide evidence. So lying is lying. Now, if you're a journalist, you know me. Many of you have interviewed me. And the first thing I always say is how much respect I have for you. Not only for what you do for your profession, as challenging as it is, but more importantly, for what you do for our democracy.
I'll smoke to
I
this
have
guy.
absolute total respect for all journalists in
I'll
this
be 420,
country.
everybody cheers.
So I need you to do what you
think he's
do
hit the
for a
bone
living,
before?
which is to
Let me know in
ask
the
the
chat.
right questions and call
He
a
also
lie
plays
a
the
lie.
guitar.
We can't tolerate that from any politicians. So when Ron DeSantis is putting teachers like me in jeopardy, it's incredibly dangerous to allow a man like that to lie about indoctrination or using critical race theory. So please, journalists, please keep doing your jobs and doing it well, because our democracy depends on you.
Cheers.
So you guys have a great start to your Friday and a great rest of your day. Y'all be well.
A voice of reason on Twitter? That's fucking rare, dude.
You'd be surprised.
Josh G. I like his hair, man. Shit's kinda rad. Can't tell if it's blonde, gray, or whatever the fuck.
Right?
Super hair bands looking. Margie Gatrell. Cheers to you, Nay.
Cheers to you, Margie.
James McGill. Was that a trans?
You know, James, I don't think so. I think it's just a dude with long hair, bro. Like me.
Margie Gatrell. Thanks.
Patrick Sativa user.
Dominic
Girl.
Leo. May
Yes, sir, walk
DeSantis
by
is the
faith.
worst.
Yes, Dominic, exactly. DeSantis is the worst. He is a horrible person. God, I can't believe we've been live for an hour and a half. Oh my God. What the
Hippie shit.
fuck, dude?
If cameras were installed in our classrooms, all these discussions and fear-mongering could possibly end.
Dude, I looked at the amount of viewers because it's been a whole bunch of people watching the whole show. And I just looked down and the number dropped. And I'm like, oh man, geez, how long we been live for? Like a half hour? And I look up, it's like an hour and a half. And I'm like,
James McGill. That's cool, bro.
I'm so glad I kept so many of you around for so long. Hey man, let's open up the back. For those of you who stayed, you guys will get the bonus show, son. Here we go. So I redid the roof here, and it doesn't
Dave
completely
C. Fishing.
close me in,
Hell yeah.
but I've got
Daniel Andrassy. Still here, brother.
Hell yeah, you are. I've got probably a couple more things I could do to make it even more enclosed. But it might just be enough for ventilation. Daniel Andersey, the man of the hour, Daniel Andersey. Yeah, it's not about teaching it. It's not about teaching it at all. It's about a child not even being able to ask a question or a teacher being able to answer a question. And it doesn't just apply to schools. It applies to businesses too. It's a very restrictive anti-First Amendment. He's being sued 3 different lawsuits now against that law that are pending. It'll be interesting to see what they do.
James McGill. Don't let the bear get you.
I know, don't let the bear get you.
LOL.
Don't let the bear get you, because there's bears out there, son.
Free speech is really fucking important.
Joel
on all
Froggy.
fucking
That's
sides of the spectrum,
like the
man.
most
We had snow
goddamn
in
important thing
Rangers
we
20
got, and we don't
kilometers
have a
away.
lot.
It's unusual.
But that's one of them. And I don't want to give that shit up. But they were already taken away. I mean, if I was LGBTQ, you know, and then I would already have part of my rights taken away. You know? People need to think like that. People need to see it like that. I don't know how else to get them to, you know, it's an injustice against another human. That's what you need to know. If you don't understand it, fine. Let me do the thinking for you. But just understand, I think I have a better grasp of this than you do. I'm not talking to you, Cyber.
I know.
Max
Oh, you
Bastion following. Thank you,
James
Max.
McGill. See, now you're looking fucking bears.
Oh yeah, now I'm looking for fucking bears. I'm always looking for bears.
The
James.
Nastine Bears.
You think I'm fucking stupid? I got attacked by a bear the other day, motherfucker. I'm gonna keep looking for him, bitch. Bring it up, I'll look again, motherfucker. Suck it. Hey man, have you ever been attacked by a wild bear, bro? That was defending its 3 cubs against your rabid fucking attacking pit bull? Because that's what she was doing. She thought my dog was going over there to go attack her cubs. Oh, and he would have. If he could have gotten a hold of one of those cubs, he would have ripped him up, I bet. And she was doing exactly what she was supposed to do. Has that ever
Daniel
happened to you, bro?
Andrassy. And your landlord would come snoop around your setup.
I mean, I ain't bragging or anything. I'm just saying you ain't lived till a wild animal has fucking come to try to fucking kill
Dave
you.
C. Fishing.
And another wild
Where he-
animal is defending you and keeping you alive. Then you've lived. I'm telling you.
James McGill.
I'm telling you. I thought I had lived when I
My
wheelied in
granddaddy
front
got
of a cop
attacked
on
by
I-4
grizzly
at
bears
75
though,
miles an
and he
hour.
lives until the tale, but it wasn't funny though, but the way he told it was.
Yeah, your granddaddy. That's a nice story. You know.
Frankie the Dude. LOL. Josh G. Free speech doesn't
Look.
mean freedom of
Hey,
consequences.
I ain't saying it ain't gonna
Some
happen
people
to you
forget
either,
that.
bro, because they're coming in. The animals are getting closer to us. The worse it gets out there, the more they're gonna come in and depend on us. This could happen to every single one of us in the future. You find yourself confronted by some wild animals. Just going out to your mailbox, and you're trying to get back, and all of a sudden there's a pack of wild dogs in between you and your front door. You know?
James McGill. Yep.
Shit's about to get crazy. I've been hurt. Shit's about to get crazy. Bro, this housing collapse is happening, bro. I mean, I should sell my house. I can't bring myself to do it. I should sell my home. It would be the smartest financial move I ever made, is selling that home right now and walking away, and right before the housing market crashes, and having the but I want to keep the fucking house, man. It's worth more to me than as an investment. It's a place where I can go. It's a place where I can survive. You know, I can live out there. If there's my mom.
Joel Froggy. They recon, they sing extinct animals around a few place. Josh G.
Yeah.
Then you'll never find another like it. James McGill. I would to all your shit still there right.
My mother refuses to put solar on this home.
Frankie the Dude. Gonna go eat.
No, don't leave. Hashtag keep it open. Hashtag Frankie Dude, take us with you. Hashtag keep it open. Hashtag take us with you. Come on, Frankie. Hashtag keep it open, bro. I need you here, son. Don't leave me. I'm doing a bong rip for Frankie the Dude. Come on, Frankie.
James
we got that
McGill.
thing going on. Don't leave me.
I wouldn't want to sell the place either.
I wouldn't want to sell the place.
Josh G. Why does she feel that way?
Oh, why won't she get
Daniel
solar?
Andressy.
She has a million reasons not to do
Hashtag
it.
keep it open.
She has a million reasons
Hippie
not to
shit.
do it.
Everything you teach about self-sustaining is on that homestead of yours.
A million reasons. Is on that homestead. Yeah, I know everything. I know. But I could do the same thing here if I could just put solar on this home. And I could easily. I've got a spring, natural water right there. I don't even need to dig a well. You know, you throw a fucking garden hose into that, and you can just pump up, you know, massive
James
tanks of
McGill.
water inside your home. People won't even
My
see
mother
that
does
shit.
me the same way.
I've literally
James
got
McGill.
a way to run a hose down there under
LOL.
the driveway, underneath the driveway, come out at the creek, almost at water level. You wouldn't even see it,
Cannabis
and it could be
helps.
pulled in a little bit.
Solar is a scam in Florida.
Cheers.
Heavy Padilla.
No law regarding cannabis.
Hashtag
It's
keep
bottom
it
of the
open.
hour, and it's time to smoke cannabis.
James McGill.
Cheers.
Right.
Cheers.
Hippie chic. Hashtag NLRC. Hashtag I smoke along. Josh G. How is it a scam hells? Joel Froggy. I could not get any cannabis but got some now. Daniel Andressy. I wonder what the insurance would be for solar panels during hurricane season.
I don't know. But you get you get the kind of panels I have in California, and
Daniel
a
Andressy.
hurricane probably wouldn't rip them.
Is
up
it
out of the
separate
ground.
from your house?
It depends on which system you want. Do you want one that's in your backyard, which look at the sun back there, or you want to put it on your roof? You know? This property has plenty of property for as much solar as I've got in California. Plenty of room. But you know what's funny? How big those solar panels are. They do take up a lot of space. They take up like half the backyard, you know. But this house uses more power than that house does. My system in California would more than power this home. You know, I could power 2 homes. I'm giving away power. You know, selling it back to PG&E. You want to see how much power we're making over there right now? Let's take a peek. Hopefully the router's up. Router's up. Getting all my warnings from it. Okay. And now we are currently drawing. It won't be full power, but it'll be good. Oh yeah, 14 kilowatts right now.
James McGill. That's cool, bro. Nay.
You guys like that? You can see how much power my house in California is generating live right now. You can see that Mark is right now using 2,500
Daniel
watts
Andrassy.
of power.
Federal Reserve and the Jackson Hole meeting.
Right? But the house right now is generating 14,000. You see that? That the solar panels are generating 14,312. So even though Mark's using 2,500, the battery is charging right now, and
Joe
the rest is going to PG&E. PG&E right now is getting 5,000 watts of power. But look, it says that we're drawing.
Cannabis
It
Hells.
says we're drawing from PG&E.
Look into it, Josh.
But
They
that's
still
not-
make
that's-
you pay
that's
X dollars
incorrect.
for whatever they
It's
call
the
it, and if you
animation is
produce more
incorrect
than
right
you
there.
use, you're not getting money, but you will still pay a connection fee or whatever. James McGill. Wow.
Yeah, because I'm making 14,000 watts, so that's definitely going
James
down.
McGill. Cheers.
And you can see the 14,000 right there. That's what we're generating. So I could call my solar guy and just be like, hey man, I'm looking at my overview right now on my solar system, and it's saying that PG&E power is coming in, and that we're generating 14,000, and that we're drawing 5,000 from PG&E right now. How much energy is flowing into my battery? It's at 77.25% right now. So from 77.25, it'll be interesting to see if it goes up or down from there. Let's refresh it. 77.25. $84.75. So it's drawing in 2,000. Whoa, no, my bad. The battery's pulling 21,704 watts right now. My bad. We are pulling power from PG&E.
Josh G. Bastards probably taking half the battery charge speed for themselves.
No, they're not. It was my bad. I misread it. We are pulling. We're definitely pulling. Look at this number right here. $21,704. That's 21 kilowatts, right? Almost 22. That battery is literally pulling in 21 kilowatts right now, and it is right. What we could do is, the way it's set up right now, I know exactly what's going on. You could change the time that this is occurring. So it's occurring right now, but I'm only making 15,000 watts. So if we wait an hour,
Daniel Andrassy.
and when it's
Bitcoin
11,
projected to go to 19,200.
10:30, when it's like 10, when it's 11, we can have it start right now. But it's off a little bit. And we shouldn't be drawing power from PG&E to charge the battery. We should be charging the battery later in the day. And you can change this software to do that. It's not that complicated. You can literally just go in and change the times around and shit. And now that I can see what's going on, I could be making even more energy sending it to them based on when I'm using that battery. It says 84.75. It still says 84.75. I bet you I could fine-tune that system if I sat and looked at it, especially during the peak hours, to get it to where, you know, I know when to activate the charging for the battery. You want to charge the battery when you're getting the most amount of energy in. And whatever's left over from charging the battery, you send to PG&E. I shouldn't be pulling power from PG&E to charge my battery. You know? If I can do that when there's more. Let's see if it's updated. Yeah, it went from 84.75, now it's 88.25. When that battery fully charges, this should stop. So it's charging fast, which is cool. It looks like it's going to be charged within another 20 minutes. It'll be fully charged, you know, maybe a half hour. And then we should start sending power to PG&E. But, dude, that battery takes 21,722 watts to charge it. It's crazy. It just takes whatever you give it. So this is an inefficient way to be set up.
Josh G. How many batteries and how large are they?
They're two 18 and a half. They're Fortress batteries. Fortress power. Yeah, 18.5 kilowatt. You can get one right now for $11,570. Now, these were supposed to pay for themselves, right? But PG&E turned around and started screwing me. And I could fine tune this.
Josh G.
So it worked better.
Oh wow. Big boys.
Or
Joel Froggy.
I could have my solar guy fine
You
tune
need a
it
spa
me.
for Cali.
I just call him up and be like, "Hey, bro, can you make it so it charges the battery a little bit later in the day? Because it's charging my battery right now and it's pulling power from PG&E. I'd rather do it when I'm pulling in 19,000 kilowatts, you know? Whoa, okay, we're making 15,000 watts now, guys. The battery's 20 is 92% charged, so it's going to charge faster.
Cannabis Hells.
It's going really fast.
There is a way to bypass the power company, but once again, by their stupid laws, you're not allowed.
So now look at this, 15,000 watts coming in, right? And you can see the house now is only using 1,865 watts. So whatever Mark was doing over there, it may very well have been the jacuzzi was on. Absolutely, it's probably what it was. the jacuzzi was probably on and the pumps were running and shit. And that uses a lot of energy. And then you see the battery charging pulling only 3,496 watts now. And that's gonna have to stop eventually here. When that battery gets fully charged, that 3,496 it should totally stop. But that's not the way it has to be right now. This doesn't have to be doing this. I don't have to be drawing power from PG&E.
Josh
right
G. Yeah, do you have to be set up on the state or city grid? Can people just have solar and their own batteries and production, or is that the illegal part?
To be set up on the state. I am on the grid, but I don't have to be. I can be disconnected. There's a switch in my home. Boom. Disconnect from PG&E.
Dave
Boom.
C. Fishing.
Totally run independent.
That's so
Can
cool you
people
can
just,
see your
this
house
is how I
powered.
power them, though. You know, this is how I make money back. And this is how over time the system will pay for itself. Can people just have solar and their own batteries in production, or is that the illegal part? No, you can have
Josh
in
G.
California you can. In Florida it's different.
Okay, good. I'm glad you have the option to.
Yeah, I could see the house power. So the battery at last check was 92%. Now it's 96%. We're still making 15,000 watts. You can see how much is coming in from PG&E, 3,225 watts. You can see the house is drawing 1,865 watts right now. So
Cannabis Hells.
he might have the waterfall.
Not
back
in
on.
Florida, the state owns the sun.
He sent me a picture. I don't know if the waterfall was on in the picture. No. The waterfall is not on. But it's there. But it's not on. Oh, he's got lily pads, bro, that grew up. Dude, I'm not even there. Where the fuck is Josh?
Josh G. Oh wow, so they took Sunshine State
Where's
quite literally.
Josh I Like Totals and Tattoos Kelly right now? Because that is what's going on in the middle of
Dave
my pond.
C.
And those
Fishing.
were bulbs that he sent
Good
me.
thing Nikki
and they
fried
still
lost.
grow in that pond. Those water lilies. Isn't that crazy? They're still in the middle of the pond, man. Look at the dog in the pond. There's a dog in the pond. Mark took a picture and sent it to me. He took a couple of pictures.
Cannabis Hells. The elites have. Dave C. Fishing. Ha ha ha.
I guess if the point is to try to beat DeSantis, yeah. So yeah, that E-Vault, that's called an E-Vault Fortress E-Vault Max Power, 18.5 kilowatts. So I got two of those. So I'm getting 37, right? I'm getting 37 kilowatts max. Does it say that on the, does it show that on the battery? %. Look at that. 99.5% charged. Bringing in 15.2. We're only pulling 22 from PG&E. And Mark is only using 1,157 watts now, using even less power.
I
99.
was watching your stream and decided to use Let's Power.
99.5. That's funny, right? 99.5%. Now, this should reverse what's coming in from PG&E as soon as that hits 100%. So let's see what happens. Here we go.
Dominic Leo. Awesome.
We'll see, dude. It's at 99.5% battery. It says 21,902. Now, those things should be pulling, like I said, 37,000. But I guess they'll take in, 22 at once to charge, but then they'll hold. Let's see. It's still reading the same thing because I don't think it's updating yet. Oh, now it says, look at this. Now it says 99.75. And look, now we're only, oh, wait, look, now we're selling. Well, look, we're selling power now. You can see it's pushing power to the antenna. So now it's reversed. Now that battery has reached the point where we've programmed it to start, keep the battery there at 99.75 probably, but start selling off the what's left to them. And so we'll see whenever that drops. So now the battery's only pulling in 16.5, guys. You see that? So it's not pulling in what it was before because it's almost fully charged. And once it's fully charged, we'll see how much we start selling. So right now we're selling 1,827 to PG&E. It looks like this updates like once every 2 to 5 minutes, something like that. But regardless, it's really interesting. It gives you a chart right here, and it shows you there's a key. Shows you the colors of what everything stands for. Oh, right there above it, the overview. See, it says PV. That's what's coming in from your solar panels, and you can see it's the big green upwards thing. The load is 1100. That's in red. It's not that big of an arc right now. The red one. State of charge is 99.8. That's in a kind of an aqua green. You can see that's represented by a line that shot straight up. See the line that just shot straight up? That's that line right there. The grid is showing negative 1827. That's what we're feeding the grid now. So the grid is represented by the gold. And you can see we were using battery all night. We're using battery all night and very little grid. No grid. The only time we're using grid was right then. So if we program that to go a little later, that'll go away. We just have to look at that time and go, yeah, we cut that in. Now I can go in to this software.
Joel Froggy. I looked at Florida real estate, it not that bad.
And it's got all these things. It says output. It says input. It says battery, power, state of charge, voltage, charge and discharge, monthly, yearly. It's got grid. It's showing all these charts. Event, profile. Okay, so load. custom, detail, but there should be, I think I know where it is. This was under equipment. If we go me, no,
Cannabis Hells.
tools,
Nay, did you buy your solar outright?
local parameter setting.
Nay's Garden. Download Twitter or visit twitter.com and search at Nay's Garden Show, at Truthier News for the full podcast experience. YouTube channel at Truthier News on Twitter.
Dude, I think there is like a link on here somewhere to go into this and change the time. You can do it right on the app, but I can't find it. It's on here somewhere. Wow, we're sending 10,000 watts to the fucking grid now, guys. Look at this.
Tula Rose.
Hey, Tula.
Hi Nay.
Look, look, the house is using no watts. The house is using no power at all. And we're sending 10,000 watts of power. What it says is the battery's still bringing in 10,000 watts. Charging, it's at 100%. But those numbers are going to change eventually. I have a feeling. I wonder, oh, gateway. It doesn't tell me. Which one is the master? Oh, but that doesn't give me... Oh, I see. It doesn't give me the ability to edit. Oh, wait, what's this? Edit. No, it doesn't. That doesn't do anything. I don't know how to get in there, man. There's got to be a way. I'll figure it out. There's totally a way. There's totally a way. There's totally a way. Unreal. I'll figure it out. Anyway, I love you guys. I think 2 hours is more than enough time. I will see you guys on the next show. All right, you guys take care. I'll see you. Bye.
Boy.